Good luck to you. Touch him up.
Gatti might have had a quickness advantage earlier this year against Thomas Damgaard a week ago. But Arturo Gatti fights against hard, physical fighters, distance in the ring when I can. But sooner or later, I'm going to have to stand my ground. That's what the crowd is here for.
Do a little bit of everything. He's always going to resort back to slugging at a certain point. But he said we'll see a little bit of everything tonight.
There's one little new thing from Gatti as he hooks off the jab. Carlos Baldomir is not a big puncher.
It takes a good punch, and that's a big factor, too.
Indeed. Observers in the gym say you could hit him in the head with a sledgehammer and fires the jab. Uppercut from Gatti.
But it seems like Baldomir has a pretty steady chin, and Gatti is a good puncher. But I'm just concerned right now how the fight's going to shape up, because I think it's going to end up being a slugging match, because Baldomir takes a good punch, and Gatti sees that he can hit him, so I think Gatti's going to start fighting and slugging a lot sooner than he said he was.
In 5 of his last 6 fights, sometimes breaking it, sometimes simply mashing it up so badly that it's just as bad as a break. We'll see how long the right hand lasts tonight before there's damage.
We already can see that Gatti's landed punches that would have had a lot more effect on a junior welterweight, but not been that effective on Baldomir because of the physical size.
Body punch by Baldomir, good left hook over the top by Gatti. Baldomir drives Gatti back into the ropes. Nothing sharp there, nothing visibly effective, just hard fighting.
Right here you see the two guys colliding with headbutts, with the heads coming together. You may see more of this simply because of the styles of the two guys.
Landed 17 of 42 power shots. Gatti quick with the jab and gets away before Baldomir can return. Hard right hand over the top by Baldomir. As they trade jabs, it's Baldomir who has the better range right at this moment.
Baldomir's getting up on his toes, doing something I've never saw him do. Recent fighters from Argentina in recent years.
50,000 in the Pampas, the famed in a legendary fight in Madison Square Garden, and was called the Wild Bull of the Pampas.
Most all of the guys have been physical outside of
hard right hand by Baldomir.
Here to be a little bit quicker.
But Gatti has a history of swelling up and cutting up anyway. His body more so than his face in recent fights.
Gatti in the southpaw stance. Gatti has switched southpaw 2 or 3 times.
Right here you can see Baldomir's landing right hands, and in fact they're having much better exchanges than I ever expected. And here comes another right hand by Baldomir.
Baldomir 16 out of 38, Gatti 10 out of 59.
I think it's what you had said earlier last week, whereas that Baldomir is physically a stronger guy, and he's been able to absorb the punches from Gatti better than anyone I think Gatti has fought in the past. That he had when he was landing with these 140-pound guys.
Deviled at this moment by Baldomir's right hand, and he takes a left hook as he worries about how to stay away from the right hand.
Trying to dance out of the way, he's just getting hit with those right hands.
Another right hand by Baldomir. Gatti either needs to keep his left hand up or counter better, and there's a good left hook by Arturo Gatti. And another combination by Gatti in return from Baldomir. His hands are faster.
Like he did in the past, but not had the results that he had from in the past.
Low blow by Baldomir landed on Gatti's cup. Wayne Hedgepeth was blocked on the other side. A little bit frustrating for Arturo Gatti now as we come down the stretch in round 3. And Baldomir lands 4 punches in a row. And you saw him holding his gloves against his ribcage as if to say, come on, hit me in the body. I'm perfectly willing to trade there with you. They jab each other in the middle of the ring. Baldomir with another right hand, and now Gatti lands a right as Baldomir tries to break away. Another right hand by Baldomir, and another. Gatti counters with a left, gets rocked with a right. Baldomir landing 2 to Gatti's 1, and down the stretch of the round, it was Baldomir who won the exchange.
The question here is whether Gatti is a good enough boxer.
That they can see someone standing there punch for punch with Arturo like this and having the better of the exchanges.
Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, and they're just whacking each other with power shots. And it's a very easy fight to
score. Just watch it very carefully.
Carlos from Arturo Gatti's right eye. So Gatti's right eye has already been opened underneath by Baldomir's punching, and Baldomir smiles as he lands another big right hand shot.
In the gym with Baldomir for about 2 weeks.
Fighting very confidently. What he's seen in the first 3 rounds clearly convinces Baldomir that he has the measure of Arturo Gatti. But he landed a miracle left hook.
Gatti's always a dangerous fighter. He was hard, so you can never relax with him.
The comeback against Wilson Rodriguez. Various comebacks in his fights with Ivan Robinson and Angel Manfredi, though he wasn't able to win. As this fight is going Baldomir's way early.
You might be able to hurt him in the body. It's not delivered anything substantial to the body in this fight.
To the body, out to the head.
Both Jesse James Leija and Leonard Doreen with body punches. Well, you know that he can do damage there, at least against smaller fighters.
You saw him land one of his best punches of the fight, a right hand right on the chin to Baldomir, right in the rope, and Baldomir come right back and took control of the fight right away.
Gatti.
You heard the people in Baldomir's corner.
He would have better success because Baldomir is slow on his feet. He walks in.
Baldomir described his style
Good right hand by Arturo.
as intelligent aggression, and I think that's an apt description.
These guys are throwing some tremendous bombs. I'm just waiting to see who's going to give in. Somebody's going to have to give in. There's solid punches with full force from both guys.
Baldomir may not knock Gatti out, but he's busting him up, and he's hitting him more than he's getting hit.
He's hitting Gatti with the right hand.
Gatti's hurt.
And
Gatti
Arturo
is hurt.
Badly hurt by that last right hand. Welterweights are bigger. Arturo Gatti is finding out. Big left hook by Gatti. Can't back Baldomir off. Baldomir keeps coming.
Arturo Gatti fights.
Gatti tipping down on the ropes. Gatti seems to have gotten some of his legs back after having been badly wobbled 30 seconds ago. Swinging for the fences, Arturo Gatti.
In the same round when he's out on his feet.
Yeah, there was a good
Good left hook to the body and a left hook upstairs by Gatti. Baldomir walks right through it. Hard right hand by Baldomir. Landed flush. Standing in front of the Argentine. Big left hook to the body by Gatti. But he backs off as the blood begins to flow. Cannot get out of the way of Carlos Baldomir's power shots.
And Baldomir can take Gatti's power shot, but he does have to.
That's the overall. Gatti is landing power shots flush. Baldomir is walking through them. The crowd loves the action.
Right here you see Gatti get hit with a right hand that really hurt him. It's like a delayed reaction, and you could see the effects of it. And instead of trying to survive, as soon as he...
21 out of 38. But he's simply getting strafed at will by Carlos Baldomir. And Gatti, but Arturo Gatti has a brawler's heart.
He's taking advantage of it. He's won the crowd for the most part.
And
great
now
body shot.
trying to block a Baldomir body shot. And let's see if Arturo tries to throw the right hand. Generally speaking, once it's hurt,
Knock Gatti out in this round.
Gatti can't throw his right hand. Hoping to set up a left. And Arturo Gatti goes 30 seconds or so without throwing the right hand because he hurt it. And then the courage returns and the fighter is back. Gatti continues to land flush shots, and welcome to the welterweight division. And indeed was over 187 when he prepared for, or began preparations for this fight. Well, it's good for him. It puts him in the right mood for the fight.
But you know, still, in a fight with Gatti, you can never relax. As Arturo Gatti not only keeps fighting, but he punches with KO power even late in the fights. Right here, you see Baldomir land the left hook. Seemed like it was a left hook to the body that I didn't see any damage to Gatti's right hand that could have caused any damage.
It's absolutely a slugging match. Baldomir landing the better power shots.
So Gatti's in trouble on the scorecards. He seems to be in trouble in terms of his capacity to knock a larger man out. He's bleeding from underneath the right eye.
Get back into this fight, but he cannot do it standing in one spot.
By the very great Bernard Hopkins. This could be another frustrating loss for Buddy McGirt.
But Buddy, who was a very great boxer himself, a good skill for boxing, he knows that Arturo's key to victory in this fight is boxing.
Hard to get him to box.
I agree with you 100%, John.
And a big right hand that he can handle.
And Gatti still has not picked up any defense for the right hand. He's basically, for the most part, losing the fight off of one punch for the most part. Not like he's getting hit with jabs or with a lot of body punches or hooks. It's primarily consistent right hands.
In a long time since he came off the ropes.
Gatti's boxing, very intelligent fight right from. If he would just keep working his jab and find some way of counter-punching Baldomir's right hands.
Fight.
If he would just keep working his jab, I don't think that's going to happen tonight because he's getting hit with that same punch over and over and over. If he would take that away.
How could he take away Baldomir's right hand, which is landing more or less
by rolling the shoulder and letting him miss it, coming back with a right uppercut. Because he hits it, all he has to do, he rolls the shoulder and come back with a counter uppercut, and it would land.
Not a knockdown. Baldomir's very conscious of wanting to land a left hook. Now, if he could mix in the jab behind some of that kind of defense, he could begin to get a foothold in the fight. Got to try something. Of a trip to Argentina, a fight in Buenos Aires. Jab just a little bit more liberally. Another right hand by Baldomir. Gatti with a flurry, and Hedgepeth is going to call that a slip. They crossed their feet, I assume, and Baldomir's feet. Low blow by Baldomir.
Here you can see Baldomir throwing punches, and Gatti loses his balance. You can see his right leg kind of spent from under him at first. And the referee's call, I think, was a good call. I don't think...
Good body shot by Baldomir. Gatti trying to flurry to the body himself. Gatti jabs upstairs. Baldomir hits him with a left hook.
Watching some of the people over there, that's the supporters and investors in Baldomir, still possibly win this fight. But the right hands is the only problem he's having. When he's not getting stay away from the right hands, he can still possibly win a close decision.
I think the only thing that's going to win the fight for Gatti is he's got to brawl with him, got to try to hurt him.
Too strong.
And he is hurt right now.
A sledgehammer would be useful. That he doesn't have. Baldomir worrying and wailing away. Gatti's mouthpiece comes out. Arturo's ready to trade now. Trying to duck away from Baldomir's punches. Can't find room. Goes to the body. Baldomir won't move. Gatti needs to land one big shot, and he's trying to do it, but he can't get Baldomir off his chest. And now Baldomir throws the punches and lands his own. Big left hook by Gatti. Baldomir didn't feel it. Another big shot, and this time Arturo Gatti is ruined. Absolutely ruined by a Baldomir left hook. 6. But how much does he have left? That was a big left hook shot, and Arturo's not throwing, and that'll do it. Here are two angles of knockdown number one, Emmanuel, and unless I miss my guess, it is a left hook that is going to seal the deal. Boom.
Oh, just so many
Just
blows.
a massive shot. Now, this was an accumulation of punishment, and by this point, the very brave Arturo Gatti simply had nothing left as his body crumpled in a heap.
The winner and still WBC welterweight champion of the world, Carlos Tata